The Vale of Arryn. The Eyrie has never been taken by force in 10,000 years. Not by dragonfire, not by gold, not by the mightiest armies ever assembled. The answer isn't magic, it's geography. Why the Vale stands alone. Dorne created power through economics. The Reach is wealthy and fertile, but open to invasion from multiple directions. Its strength is population, but soldiers can be defeated. Terrain cannot. The North is vast and cold, creating logistical problems, but not naturally impregnable. The Stormlands are powerful, but exposed. The Vale is unique. It's both fertile enough to be self-sufficient and geographically impossible to assault. Most kingdoms choose one or the other. The Vale has both. This is why 10,000 years never took the Eyrie. Not magic, not plot armor. Geography made it physically impossible. Conquest would cost more than the Vale is worth. Self-sufficiency, the economic lock. The Vale's central valley is fertile. It produces wheat, barley, fresh water, and game, enough to feed the population comfortably. More importantly, the Vale has no external needs. Because it's isolated, it cannot rely on trade. This forces self-sufficiency. Every resource the Vale needs, it produces internally. Gulltown provides luxury goods and wealth, but the Vale doesn't depend on it. If Gulltown were cut off tomorrow, the population wouldn't starve. The result, the Vale is economically independent and militarily impregnable. It doesn't need to negotiate. It doesn't need allies. It simply exists, self-sufficient and unreachable. The Vale's ecology, nature's fortress. The Vale isn't just geographically isolated, it's ecologically perfect. The Central Valley is remarkably fertile, with rivers providing fresh water, irrigation, and fish. Wheat, barley, and root vegetables grow abundantly. Snakewood forests provide timber and game. Alpine meadows support sheep and goats. The high altitude is a natural pest barrier. Diseases and insects cannot survive at 15,000 feet. This is why the Eyrie has never suffered from plagues that devastate other kingdoms. The Vale produces everything it needs: grain, meat, fish, timber, wool, and stone. This combination of geographic isolation and ecological abundance is why no siege has ever worked. You cannot starve a population that feeds itself completely. The environment sustains them indefinitely while slowly destroying any invading army. The Bloody Gate. The Bloody Gate is where the high road enters the Vale. The pass is so narrow that soldiers must march in single file. The castle towers overhead, controlled by House Arryn. Any army approaching has zero element of surprise. Behind the gate, the high road climbs through the mountains of the moon for miles. The mountains are home to fierce clans who know every hidden path. An invading force fights the gate, fights the clans, fights the terrain, and fights logistics. A medieval army needs massive supply lines. Mountains destroy all of that. Mountain men can harass an army for months, cutting supplies and making occupation impossible. This is why even Targaryen conquest stopped here. The Fortress Valley, the Vale of Arryn, is Westeros's most isolated kingdom. It sits inside a ring of mountains so severe that invading it is physically impossible. 3 strategic chokepoints guard every approach: the Bloody Gate to the south, the high road through the mountains of the moon, and the Fingers to the east. Each one funnels invaders into a kill zone where superior numbers mean nothing. Unlike Dorne, which uses economic power, the Vale uses terrain. You cannot feed an army through mountains. You cannot move siege equipment across narrow passes. You cannot starve a castle supplied by falcon. Geography is the Vale's only weapon, and it's perfect. The price of isolation. The Vale's mountain fortress makes it militarily invulnerable, but politically isolated. Its lords grow up sheltered from King's Landing diplomacy, confident their geography will protect them everywhere. When they venture into broader politics, they often fail because the Ares' impregnability doesn't translate to other courts. The Vale masterpiece. The Eyrie is unreachable, sealed by the bloody gate, walled by mountains, and self-sufficient within. No king can conquer, starve, or threaten it. The Vale's true masterpiece is that it needs neither armies nor gold. Mountains are stronger than swords. Revelation. So here's what the Vale of Arryn really teaches us. The mightiest swords don't always win. Sometimes, the strongest position is the one you don't have to fight for. When you're surrounded by the mountains of the moon, you don't need the biggest army, you need patience. Power doesn't always come from armies or gold. Sometimes it comes from being in the right place. And the Vale, it's in the most defensible place on the entire continent. That's the revelation. That's the lesson. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit that subscribe button. New content every week exploring the strategies, secrets, and deeper meanings hidden in your favorite stories.